Hey guys, Rick here from the Onside Kick, here to give you my thoughts and reactions on Jameis Winston. I'm sitting here maybe a little bit over an hour after the state of attorney in Florida decided not to charge Jameis Winston with sexual assault. And I'm just going to say this right now. This video is not going to be about should he or should he have not been charged. This is going to be, okay, this is what happened. How does it affect what's going to go on the football field this Saturday and in the Heisman Trophy race? And the first thing you got to think about is, okay, Jameis Winston will be playing in Charlotte this Saturday when the Dukies take on Florida State. And I mean, a lot of people, a ton of people, are, and rightfully so. Oh, Winston's going to play? Florida State, easy winner. They're going to walk into the national championship game a winner. And part of me agrees. I mean, to be honest, I don't see this Duke team beating Florida State. But if anything can happen in college football. I've seen some crazy stuff happen. There was no one thought, to be honest, let's just be real, no one thought that Alabama was really going to lose the way they did to Auburn. They did. Who saw Missouri being a top 5 team this year in college football? Anything's possible. So, I mean, with that in there, yes, can Duke win? Maybe, but I'd make my pick to go with Winston and the Seminoles. And it's interesting because we virtually have 3 conference title games that will affect the national championship. Because, I mean, Florida State, win and you're in. Ohio State, win and you're in. Missouri and Auburn, whoever wins that game is just waiting. They're waiting for either Duke or Michigan State to pull off an upset. And what comes into interesting territory there is I'm going to use Florida State because I'm talking about Jameis Winston here. Let's say Duke actually wins. Duke wins, Ohio State wins. What do? Do you put Alabama, just move them up from the 3? Or do you take the winner of the SEC championship game because it's 4 versus 3, or 5 versus 3, pardon me. It's going to be interesting in regards to Jameis Winston and the Seminoles. I got the Seminoles in this game. I mean, my heart would love to see the Dukies beat Florida State because, to be honest, I am not a huge Seminole fan. I would love to see Duke win, but I don't think it's going to happen. And plus, if Florida State wins, that means we will for sure not have an SEC national title game because that could possibly happen too. But Jameis Winston not charged. I got Florida State beating Duke, but that's not all this affected. The Heisman race. There were voters before last week, that were like, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on with this. I'm taking Winston off my ballot. And that hurt him. He was still in first place, but really, we were assuming that, you know what, that's going to hurt him when the votes are due on Monday. Now that he's not charged with sexual assault, I mean, if it was me, he's the Heisman. He's the Heisman. He's the best player in college football. You can't deny that. And to me, there's only 2 other players that you could argue and say, you know what, maybe I could see them being Heisman over Winston. One's Jordan Lynch, because of all the records that he's set this year at Northern Illinois, what he's been able to do being a dual threat quarterback, but he hasn't played the tough competition. That's the only thing voters will have against him. Andre Williams, running back out of Boston College. If you haven't seen this kid's highlight reel, go and take a look at it because, I mean, the only thing holding him back is that he's a running back. We live in the era of the quarterback. I want to say the last running back, Mark Ingram was the last running back to win the Heisman. And before that, it was Reggie Bush. Mark Ingram and Reggie Bush were the last two running backs to win the Heisman Award, and it's been quarterbacks ever since. That's the one thing I feel like, boom, that's going to hurt Andre Williams. That's going to be, who do I want, Winston or Lynch? Voters aren't going to have this sexual assault charge weighing in their minds. They're going to be like, hey, you know what? Winston is going to be my obvious choice for the Heisman, and that's how I feel like most voters are go. So I feel like Winston is going to win the Heisman now because of not being charged with sexual assault. But that's what I think. As always, I want to know what you guys think. First off, do you think that the ACC championship game is just going to be a glorified NCAA 14 where the Seminoles just come into Charlotte and spank the Dukies, or is it going to be a tough game? Can Duke even win this game? What do you think? Tell me down below. And also, with this Winston not being charged, is he your Heisman? Who would you pick for the Heisman this year? As always, I love bringing the sports news to you guys. Leave comments down below. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, and check us out, The Onside Kick, on Facebook and Twitter. And as always, have a good day, everybody.